Here in the non-physical realms we are all waiting joyfully for humanity's imminent collective awakening. Many of you who have been waiting expectantly for years are beginning to doubt and wonder if it will ever happen, or if humanity will very soon destroy itself and massively damage your planetary living space by engaging totally against the wishes of the vast majority of the world's peoples in a major war involving all the so-called major world powers. This is a very chaotic and conflict-driven time on your beautiful planet. However, it is also a time of enormous and essential change in the way you conduct your relationships either individually or internationally. It is readily apparent to the majority of humans all across the world that the way forward is through respectful discussion of all viewpoints in which everyone involved honors and respects all the others and truly listens to them with open hearts in order to come to a full understanding of them and of their perspectives. Humanity's well-established but insane need to be right must be discarded, otherwise true listening cannot occur, and satisfactory resolutions cannot be achieved. As you have been told so many times by human mystics and by many of us here in the non-physical realms, humanity's awakening is divinely assured. Thus there is absolutely no reason to doubt the imminence of this magnificent and divinely intended event. God's will is always achieved precisely as He intends. Your awakening is therefore inevitable. Trust in your Heavenly Father and allow your doubts to dissolve. As you make a point of doing this every day, you will find yourselves experiencing deep inner peace more and more frequently, and you will become increasingly mindful of the love that you are flowing through you and guiding your thoughts, words, and actions as each of your unique and holy human paths unfolds before you every day. This time of enormous and essential change in the ways in which you all of humanity interact with one another is, of course, part of God's divine plan to guide you lovingly back to full conscious remembrance of who you truly are. Separation from Mother or Father or God never occurred and never could occur because there is only God. The appearance of a seemingly very real environment without the presence of God, in which you as humans live your daily lives, is an imaginary, illusory, or unreal construction. You each and every one of you were created from love as an inseparable aspect of love, and at that moment you were given all that God is. You have therefore been given infinite, inexhaustible, and eternal freedom to live in any way that you choose, and creative abilities like unto His to enjoy and expand on those choices. However, in one crazy moment you decided to attempt to experience separation and independence from God, your divine source, because it seemed possible that you might be able to experience even greater freedom than the infinite freedom given to you at the moment of your creation. The problem is that in doing this you entered an unreal arena from which there appears to be no exit. Why is this? It is because what you purposefully constructed, although it was unreal, was in fact an insubstantial, nebulous, and yet seemingly vast location of intense limitation. It's a bit like one of those amusement park hall of mirrors where you see endless reflections of yourself, none of which are valid reflections or images of you. And the one you constructed in that moment of insanity appears to have no exit. You appear to be stuck there in a state that has been imposed upon you by some greater power than your own. It terrified you the moment you entered because it seemed that love was absent, you having first made the choice to forget that it existed. Love can never be absent, but you can refuse to acknowledge its presence and, over the eons, many have done so because deep within themselves lies the fear that they have offended God by separating from her. God cannot be offended because she is infinite love, and love infinitely, eternally, and unconditionally, in every moment, loves all that she creates. This apparent greater power than humanity is a construct of your egos, who are guilt and shame-ridden with themselves for attempting to live separated from and independent of the one source through whose power and love, life itself, flows constantly within them, thus divinely ensuring their eternal existence. Your awakening will occur when you discard all thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that are not in complete alignment with love. Being human is perhaps similar to being a deep-sea diver who is connected to a vessel on the surface of the ocean by a conduit through which breathable air flows constantly. In that state he or she is living in and experiencing what seems to be a severely limited environment for a short period of time before rising back to the surface, to reality as you presently understand it as humans in form. However, when you awaken, as you will, the reality in which you find yourselves will be infinitely beyond amazing. Full remembrance, full awareness of what reality truly means and is is totally beyond a human's ability to imagine or conceive of while anchored in form. Give thanks that what you are presently experiencing as reality is a very temporary state, and that the joy that you will experience when you resurface into reality will absolutely blow your minds and hearts as you remember that this is home, your natural state, and that you have never been separated from it. Just remember that. You have never been separated from Mother or Father or God for even the briefest of instants, because if that was to occur you would instantly cease to exist, and that cannot happen because you were created in infinite love as eternal divine and beloved beings, God's beloved children. You are eternally in her infinitely loving presence, and you will awaken into full conscious awareness of that wondrous state of being sooner than you can possibly imagine. Your loving brother Jesus.